Libra. This reading is for Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We're going to take a look at your general overview first, then love. I will have timestamps down below. Libra, general overview, September 2019. Libra, general overview, September 2019. Libra, I'm getting burnout. You risk burnout this month if you don't slow down a little bit. I feel like you're doing the work of two people. I feel like you may be doing the work of two people, like for real. Either taking on somebody else's job and responsibilities that you shouldn't really have to take on, or something has grown so big that maybe you need to hire somebody else to help take some of that pressure off, to take some of that workload off, or you need to partner with somebody. It feels like if you don't, you risk burnout this month. I don't feel you sleeping very much. Libra's energy comes through to me as just totally exhausted. Now, with that said, I also get this incredible burst of like joy as well. So I think Libra at this time, you're really aligning and in alignment with already with high level joy, doing what you love, surrounding yourself with really beautiful people that really lift you up. Like this is a very uplifting energy, and that may justify the crazy workload right now. It's been okay up to this point, but you really need to divvy out that work, okay? To at least one other person, you do need a little bit of help right now. So let's get a little bit more clarity on this. You know, have confidence in what you're doing. I don't feel like your confidence has wavered at all. I feel Libra coming through more confident than ever. And that's probably why you've taken on so much, because you know you can handle it. You know you can handle those sleepless nights. You know you can do the work of two people. You know you have the talent and the work ethic and the drive. It's a beautiful thing. You really feel like you are enjoying life right now. September feels so lit up. And not necessarily extravagant. It feels like that joy has roots, right? The difference between happiness, which can be fleeting, and joy, the higher octave of happiness. You feel like you're tapping into real joy. It feels like there's longevity here. You feel very confident doing what you're doing, as you should. If your confidence wavers at all, trust the universe has your back. But you guys come into September like really, really, really on it, on point. Center of your reading is family. This is another reason why it feels like you need to lessen your workload a little bit. It feels like family is really missing you. It feels like you have a partner who doesn't see you very much, and you may be okay with that, but it feels like your partner is really struggling even if they're not communicating that to you. Now, Libra, you may be feeling that. It could be your partner working too much, and you could be struggling and maybe not communicating that to a partner because you want to be supportive. But somebody, it's either you or a partner. It feels like somebody in a family space is working too much and you're not seeing enough of each other. It feels like the time you do spend is not quality time. I'm definitely getting, for those of you who have younger children, it feels like you and or your partner are working a lot. And then you come home and then you have kids to tend to and you love your time with your family, but you and your partner are just not really spending any time. It's not quality time for the two of you if you're in a committed relationship. So make sure you circle back to this or to that this month, okay? Make time for your partner. Have more time for your family. I know you can handle all of that work, but some other people need your time and energy too now, okay? Someone's missing you, but it definitely stems from love for you. So you lighten your workload a little bit. I know you're not going to do it like full bore, but just ask for a little bit of help. You do that, you rebalance that, look what comes in for you. You are standing in such abundance of money. You are so tapped into divine flow. It's like, I want to say it's effortless for you right now. It just feels effortless for you. There's so much light. And you know what though? This isn't just any old money. This feels like happy money. It feels like happy money. You are calling in happy money because you are full of love. You're doing what you love. You are full of love of life. And the universe is meeting you there. This definitely is like a major money. And it doesn't feel like a one-time gift or like an inheritance from family. This feels like you're tapping into a project or a new business, a new role at your current business that brings in a lot of money long term. Okay, so this is a very blessed month for you, and you've been working so hard. You've earned this, but now that you've put in all of that work, and you will continue to work hard. I know how hard Libras work. You can balance this and you'll still make your money. You'll still have that success. So we have 2 cards popping here at the same time. Have confidence is being clarified. By wedding and commitments, this feels like a business contract. This feels like, for some of you, it's a verbal commitment, but it will end in some sort of a written, a legal contract. Have confidence in it. You feel very confident. You know that you're game. You know the responsibility you're taking on. Go for it, okay? For others of you, this has to do with love. You feel very confident that you've chosen the right partner. There's just so much love around you. There's a lot of celebration. I think some of you are just celebrating milestones in love, milestones with family. So really just turning the corner. I think for some of you, you've gone through some pretty difficult times, especially with the partner, and you weren't really sure where you're going to wind up, right? Because I'm definitely getting a little bit of instability there with family. But things don't feel unstable anymore. It just feels like someone's working too much. If you're already married, this isn't your love reading yet. We'll look more into this in the next spread. But if you're already married, it's almost like, I don't necessarily see you renewing vows, but it's almost the energy of that. It's almost like renewing the spiritual commitment. And there's, yeah, I think that's the best way to put it. That's how that's feeling to me. It's like a renewal of that spiritual commitment to one another, and just really honoring those commitments that you guys have made. For others of you, it's not necessarily a physical marriage, but it's a spiritual marriage, even if you never decide to get physically married. But these contracts, whether in work or in love, they're very blessed. You feel good about this. Okay, so family, center of the reading. Go for it. Your family supports you. Your family is like, I just see family cheering you on. And that may be why you're working so hard. Someone misses you and they just don't want to tell you because they don't want to get in the way of work. So honor how beautiful that is. Someone supports you so much, they don't even want to tell you that they need a little bit more time, because it feels like, when it's almost like a partner feels a little guilty, or they feel a little selfish saying that because they want to be a positive, support system for you. So recognize that energy. And again, that may be happening in reverse, right? You may be feeling like that about a partner, like, I want to support you. Go get it. I'm your biggest fan. And yet deep down, you're feeling like a little bit of that loss. God, I just miss you so much. Can we spend a little more time together? You need to have those kinds of conversations. They will end very well. You'll have a very, very positive resolution if you have the courage to have those kinds of conversations. If you're cross-watching, make sure you discuss that with Libra, because Libra may not be struggling in the same way, but they will not want you to feel like that. I can say that for sure. Okay, so we have shower abundance here, clarified by be of service. Okay, focus on service. You're focusing on helping other people. You're focusing on doing what you love. I feel like you guys are of service to universe and to divine. Like there's some spiritual element in what you're doing. There's integrity attached. There are these pure intentions, regardless of what field you work in. It feels like there's some sort of spiritual intention at the core of it. It's very powerful, and it's full of love, and it's to help other people ultimately. That's where this abundance comes from, because you've earned it, because you have all this good karma and good energy out there. That's what you're manifesting back, is this abundance through helping other people. So if you haven't launched a business like that, if you don't feel like you're of service to other people, you're going to see signs as to where you're supposed to be headed, okay, over the next couple of months ahead. But September, I feel like you're going to get, something gets redirected almost, or you get some signs as to how you're supposed to evolve something in the career front so that you can get back to helping other people. It feels like your soul needs that. Okay, so don't be surprised if you're not in a field of service for other people, that you're not feeling fulfilled doing what you're doing. If you're having money issues, it's because you're not fulfilling soul purpose right now. But there's something about September that like aligns you with this or realigns you with this, okay? This is great, but it's more than just money. There's a lot of joy there. Crowning your reading is cleanse and detox. I really just think this is more about sleep. Your body needs time to rejuvenate. You need to heal yourself if you're working really long hours. I feel like some of you may not be eating enough. You may not be eating enough. Or if you're eating, you're not making the healthiest choices right now. That's what this feels like, is to sort of regroup, nourish your body, get that sleep that you need, eat healthy foods, make sure you are eating. Libra. Make sure you're not going through the whole day and you're not eating food and you're just going to bed on an empty stomach because you're so busy with work or you're so busy with children and you're being pulled in a million directions. Make time to take care of you. That's a very important message here. Bottom of the deck is listen. You also need to cleanse space. So, and not just cleanse space. Cleanse energy around you so that you can hear messages from universe yourself. Okay? Sage your home, sage yourself, sage your phone. Really make sure that the energy around you is cleansed a bit this month. Sea salt baths for sure. But it really comes through like, so I'm going to hold these up together. So cleansing and detoxing, it's like making space so that these messages can come in. But this also comes through as clearing your mind. Okay? It's clearing your mind of obsessively thinking about work and always being in work mode, because there are some messages that it feels like you're missing or you may miss in September, and they're big ones. They're going to help keep you in alignment, not just with this abundance of money, but this abundance of joy. Okay? You may also need to quiet your mind to listen to loved ones, letting you know that they need a little bit more time with you. It needs to be a little bit more quality, but overall this feels really beautiful for you. I'm not feeling any worry here, okay? I just feel like somebody's a little bit of a workaholic. You have a cute little kitty in the background to accompany me in this video. It's all stretched out and being super cute. Okay, Libra. Let's take a look at love. Libra and love. Libra and love. Yeah, that message is coming through strong. I think somebody just misses you a whole lot right now, Libra. Let's get a little bit more clarity on that. Okay. Self-love is coming through first and foremost. It does feel like somebody needs a little bit more time and energy with you, but you also really, really, really need to take care of you. This comes through again as just nurturing yourself. Really nurturing yourself. It's healthy boundaries, but I feel like Libra, you've gotten really good at exercising healthy boundaries. Make sure you continue to do that throughout the course of September. You got to take care of you, okay? Especially if family is kind of pulling your work is pulling you in a million directions. But look at this. We have very soon. There are several messages that come through with this. First priority, when you kick off September, get back to taking care of you, okay? A healthier balance. If you are single, Libra, and you get back to nurturing yourself and taking care of you and being healthier, treating yourself a little bit with the kind of love that you extend to everybody around you. Okay, I think that's fair to say. You'll be attracting a new partner very soon. But you're radiant. There's something radiating. It's like this positivity radiating through you, around you. Other people are very attracted to that energy. You will call in somebody of quality when you're prioritizing that self-love. Though you may not if you don't want, if you're not making time for love, okay, that's an obvious one. But if you're not taking care of yourself, you may not be giving off the positive vibe that you would like because you feel drained. And so you may start to call in people that are a little bit draining because of that. Because look at this, very soon, codependence. You want to make sure you have those healthy boundaries out there. You want to make sure that your relationships have a healthier foundation than this. It does feel like people need you. And it feels like you like to be of service. And I know that about Libras for sure. But you also have the tendency to call in codependent partners, people who need you to hold things down in the home front, which may be why you're working so hard. Maybe you are doing the work of two people because you have a partner who isn't working right now. It feels like you need to ask that person to go back to work. You need to lighten that load a little bit for yourself. If you're single, you potentially could call in a codependent partner. You're going to feel that from the get-go. It may be exciting. They never want to leave you. And there's sort of this like clingy attachment energy. And you may not know that it's fully codependent. You don't want to be the enabler, okay? So make sure you're taking care of you so that you're not calling this in, okay? And if this is why you are so drained and you're not sleeping and you're working so hard, it's time to heal this. But very soon, you turn the page on all of this. Very soon, there's a resolution. Very soon, if there's a problem, you will be forced to deal with it. But it does feel like some of you may be dealing with, even in committed relationships that you already have, you may be dealing with some codependence. It's healable. It's definitely healable, but it's time to heal it, okay? You don't want to go into October feeling drained like this. Love yourself first. Self-love. Clarified by a worth waiting for. You focus on you. you focus on you, and you prioritize this, somebody of quality will come through for you if you're single. Not the codependent. Somebody who can stand on their own 2 feet, someone who's healed, will show up, but you have to prioritize yourself too, okay? For those of you dealing with a codependent partner or dealing with an issue in committed relationships, there is a resolution that is worth waiting for. You're on the brink of it. It doesn't feel like this will fully resolve the beginning of September, but you will make some headway, okay? Be patient. If you stick out a healing process with the partner, you know that it's not going to happen overnight, especially something like codependence, but you should be seeing steps forward. You should be seeing progress. This has to be conscious effort from both parties, but I do see that manifesting for you guys. I see mutual effort. Ooh, that almost fell on the floor. Okay, very soon. Let's enter the reading. Let go of control issues. You don't have to force anything. I'm getting more work through this. Okay, I'm not really getting control issues so much on a romantic front. It just feels like some of the overworking could maybe stem from fear. You may be trying to control something on the work front, but it's interfering with your home life and your family and your romantic relationships. Again, you get this resolution very soon, but be conscious of that. Be conscious of that, because Libra, you guys are fine. Everything's great. You're in such a beautiful flow of abundance. You have so much joy coming in. Just embrace that, but don't force. If somebody comes in soon, don't force a relationship to come full circle. Let things happen at its natural pace. And also don't allow anybody to force you. That comes through very strong, especially if they're codependent. They may force you to, and it may not be conscious, but if you have a codependent partner in your life where you call in somebody codependent, you may feel like you're rushed into commitment. You may feel like you're rushed into moving in. You may feel like you're rushed into meeting somebody's family. If that's going to be an issue, do expect for some light to be shed on that over the course of September. Again, it's very healable. If this is otherwise a really beautiful person, hold space for them to heal, but call them out on that. Don't let anybody rush you either. I'm really seeing for more of you than not, this codependent partner, this codependent energy is probably karmic. It's probably not the first time you've ever dealt with this in love. But it does feel like this person will heal with you. They just don't know that they're being codependent. It really doesn't feel like you have a partner who's fully aware of that behavior, okay? So you would be doing service to them by gracefully acknowledging that and calling them out, and then be a part of that healing process with them. You know, you don't want to be the enabler for that kind of behavior, but it's not uncommon for Libras to call in people who are kind of clingy and kind of need them. Make sure no one's draining you too, okay? Make sure that you have a partner putting in equal amount of work here. We have codependence and getting to know each other. This speaks to having conversations with partners that you already know are codependent. Even if it's codependent tendencies and it's not true codependence, it's something to research. Maybe suggest that they talk to somebody who specializes in this so that they can get the help that they need. But it does feel like it resolves. For others of you, you may be calling in somebody new who winds up being a bit codependent. Now, if that winds up being extreme, I don't think that you're going to allow that person to stick around for too terribly long. But pay attention to how you feel. Pay attention to anybody rushing you into any kind of commitment. That's going to be a pretty clear sign. But also, you get back to prioritizing this. Sleeping, eating better, healthy boundaries. You may bypass this whole codependent energy just by doing that. Okay, that's going to heal you. That's going to heal the energy you're putting out into the universe, so that you manifest love at a higher level too, okay? But it's not to say you aren't experiencing high vibing relationships just because there's some codependence, because I can't stress this enough. It really does feel healable. Okay, so if you're in a committed relationship, work at healing this with the partner. Don't give up on this person too quickly. Crowning your reading, surprise, surprise, finances and career, right? Someone's just working too much. Someone's working too much. They need you back home. They need that quality of time. Make sure you make time for it. If you're feeling like that, you just have to communicate. This is all about communicating with the partner, any and all issues, so that you can get back to lighthearted conversations and having fun, the conversations of depth that you enjoy, but also, without the problems and the issues, wrapped up in it. It just feels like you have something to communicate this month for sure. Bottom of the deck, okay, soulmate and passion. And this just has to do with some healing. I think there's some karmic stuff coming up for you, Libra, and it feels like this has been in the works for quite some time. That's what felt to me earlier when I said it was a little bit unstable. There was this instability because there was some karmic issue that came up. Again, it could have been codependence. I think it's also a karmic issue, somebody working too much. You may have had partners say that to you in the past. This is something that you're going to want to resolve because things are so beautiful for you. You're stepping into a beautiful month, a couple of months ahead. You don't need to be a workaholic 24/7. You are allowed to have a life. You are allowed to spend time with your family and your friends and people you love, but also make sure your partner in committed relationships isn't just sitting in the room with you while you're taking care of your children or taking care of other people. Make sure that the two of you have alone time and it's quality. You will be really grateful that you nipped that in the bud right now so that doesn't manifest into a more serious issue.